Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Georgie and I'm your friendly neighborhood anime and manga fan. I love all things anime and all things manga, and I'm here today to talk about Chainsaw Man episode 9. So, why did I think about this week's episode? I was completely mind blown by this week's episode. This episode was epic, it was awesome, and I know a lot of the anime onlys would maybe even say it was the best episode because of all the stuff we saw, because it was a jam-packed episode. We saw a lot of stuff going down. Now, before we get to this week's episode, I just wanted to do a little quick recap of last week's episode, as well as remind you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you guys can be able to keep up with all my content going forward in the future regarding anime and manga. So if you guys could, I would really appreciate if you guys could subscribe to my YouTube channel. With that being said, last week's episode we left off where pretty much Himeno dies, and that was a big shocking moment. And I know personally as a manga reader, I know once I got to that chapter, for me it was like, whoa, like an eye-opener. I was like, oh shit, like everybody could die at any point. I mean, Himeno was one of the main people that we had been focusing on, and she sacrificed herself to protect Aki. Now I know the scene with Himeno and her sacrifice was a very emotional scene for a lot of anime onlys, and even for me as a manga reader, it was, the anime did a phenomenal job. Mappa knocked it out of the park, getting you in the feels and really making you sad about this character that you had grown to love. And let's just give a quiet silent moment to miss Himeno. Now that we paid our respects to her, now continuing on, we left off where pretty much Katana Man and the girl that controls the snake devil, they just wreck shop. Aki's taken down, Denji's knocked out, Himeno's dead, like Makima's dead. Everybody has been disposed of. So right now it's like they're done. Now in this week's episode, following that up, we continue from last week and we see that the girl with the snake and Katana Man, they're like, okay, everybody's disposed of, now let's take the chainsaw and get out of here. And then we see that Power ran, like she's not anywhere inside, she ran. So Power, she was not trying to square up with none of them. Like she knew that she was outmatched, and she knew that she would stand no chance against them. So for Power, as much as she loves the battle, she realized, like, yeah, maybe it's not for me. Like she knew her place, like she knew she was not going to stand a chance against them. Now Himeno, as a last ditch effort to protect her fellow comrades, she uses the Ghost Devil's power and reps up Denji from the cord, and he transforms into Chainsaw Man, and Denji pretty much just goes in a rant and tells, like, hey, you guys are the bad guys obviously, and I'm gonna take you guys down. And Katana Man's like, okay, let's go down, let's you want to go, let's go. And they immense battle, and it's epic. Like Mappa just completely knocked it out of the park with this action scene. I thought it was awesome. Like I repeat myself a lot when I say that Mappa has been killing it at this adaptation, but they really have. Like honestly, that this action scene was phenomenal, and it really captured to me the magic of the manga in animated form, and it was awesome. I loved it. And yeah, we pretty much see Denji fight Katana Man, and it's an epic battle, and eventually some of Katana Man's goons try to shoot Denji and stuff, and Denji just disposes of them like with ease. Now eventually Denji grabs one of them and kind of keeps him as a hostage and tells Katana Man, like, hey, either you surrender, or I'm gonna kill your buddy, man. And Katana Man's like, okay. So you see Katana Man getting on his knees, and Denji's like, all right, like, yeah, that's what I thought, bro. You don't want the smoke. And the next thing you see is Denji just cut in half. And yeah, pretty much this goes to show Katana Man does not care about none of these goons. Like, they're just fodder, man. Like, so Katana Man slices literally Denji in half, and Denji's taken care of. Like, pretty much our last hope, Denji just one-shot it. Now following that up, Katana Man and the girl, they proceed to pretty much take Denji, and they start dipping. They run, like they're like, we got our mission, now let's check up on the other squads. So they call and they say, hey, has Makima been disposed of? And they're like, yeah, she got taken care of. And the next thing you see is Makima up with blood all over her, and we obviously saw her get shot in the head, man. Like we know that she should be dead, so we don't know why or how she came back, but somehow she survived. But that's for us to see as the audience and figure out going forward. So eventually we get introduced to the people that Makima was going to have lunch with, and these people start hearing the news about like all the divisions have been starting like being taken care of, like they all being shot and why not. And pretty much the train that Makima gets, she's in, it comes to a stop, and she meets up with them, and they're like, whoa, Makima, what happened? Like there's all blood over her, and they're like, what happened? And Makima explains like, yeah, they pretty much did a hit on me and I took care of business. And they're like, whoa, did you get shot? Is that your blood? And she's like, no, it's not my blood, and no, I didn't get hit. So right off the bat, she's lying, and we don't know why, but we know for sure that she's lying because obviously we saw her get shot in the head. And so whatever reason that she's lying, that's for us as the audience to figure out why would she lie about, her not getting shot and why not. But yeah, that was a cold scene and it was awesome. And you see that the corpses that she left, pretty much they all have holes all over them. So Makima took care of the killers. So following that up, we see that Makima tells the two devil hunters like, hey, give me 30 prisoners that have life sentences or worse, as well as rent out a shrine. And they're like, okay. He's like, I'll take it from here, she says. So following that up, we see that pretty much Katana Man and the girl, they're taking Denji, and they're carrying his corpse, and they're trying to put him in a band. And one of the guys, he's like kind of not doing anything. So one of them points out like, hey, pick him up, bro, like what are you doing? I'm like, stop slacking off. And pretty much the guy's like, whoa. He gets like a chill, and he's like, and then they're like, what are you doing? And he's like, something's not right, man, something's not right. And the next thing you see is he just gets crushed, like he literally like splash, like, and there's blood everywhere. And it's like, whoa, they start freaking out like, what just happened? So the snake girl pretty much calls one of her team members, and it's like, hey, did you guys kill Makima? I thought you guys said that you killed Makima. And the next thing you see is that the guy gets squished. So after the guy gets squished, we cut to Makima, and she's in this temple and she's doing this ritual thing, and she pretty much says a name and the person gets killed. Like they get squished, and it's crazy, like whatever power she has. And even the two devil hunters that were with her, they have to be blindfolded because according to them, it's a secret what her powers are. Like you can't even see how her powers work or what they are. So Makima, whatever power she has, man, it's insane, because she was able to take care of these people that were miles away within an instant in the palm of her hand. So pretty much she does this ritual, and she makes the prisoners tell a name, and they say a name. I'm assuming it's the name of the people that she's hunting down, and the people, they get squished and get killed. And it's crazy, like she just destroyed them. All of their goons get killed from this except Katana Man and Snake Girl. So they're freaking out like, whoa, like they're like, this girl's insane, like her power is this, she is out of our league. So they're like, we need to get out of here. So pretty much they're just trying to get out of here, like they don't know what to do. And we cut to, they see somebody walking from far away, and you start getting a little close up, and you find out it's Kobeni. Now Kobeni, we thought that she died last week's episode, where you saw that old lady shot at her and Arai. So what we see is that actually Arai got shot, and as this last ditch effort to protect Kobeni, he got in front of her and took the bullets for her. So Arai, Giga Chad, he went out like a champ, man, and nothing but respect because he protected our girl Kobeni, which Kobeni proceeds to then tell them like, hey, are you guys the shooters? And the snake girl, she just doesn't even respond back. She just goes, snake, tail, take care of it. And Kobeni, bro, you guys have been sleeping on Kobeni. For the anime onlys that I've seen that have been like, oh, Kobeni's useless, she's weak, oh, she does this cry. After this episode, y'all ain't gonna be thinking that, because Kobeni popped off, man. Kobeni, she was Ultra Instinct, bro. She went on a full-on like Ultra Instinct Goku, Super Saiyan Blue. Like my girl had like Sage Mode. My girl Kobeni had the reflexes of a goddess, because like she was insane. She dodged the snake, then she proceeded to, as the Katana Man pulls a gun, she then proceeded to cut off his hand. So after she cuts Katana Man's hand, in mid-air, she proceeds to grab the gun and then points it at Katana Man and the girl. And you're like, whoa, Kobeni, where was this Kobeni at, bro? Kobeni woke up. Kobeni, she ate her Wheaties that day. She was on her grind. Kobeni is bloodlusted. Kobeni low diff them. Like Kobeni was insane in this week's episode, and that's why Kobeni, y'all were sleeping on her. I know y'all were. You anime onlys, y'all have been sleeping on her, but y'all ain't ready for that Kobeni greatness. Kobeni definitely, solidified herself as a G in this episode, and you can't prove me wrong. I mean, she took care of Katana Man and the Snake Girl by herself. Just saying, something that Aki, Himeno, Denji, and Power couldn't. I'm just saying, bro. Y'all were sleeping on Kobeni. Y'all ain't sleeping on her anymore, man. But yeah, the episode pretty much proceeds with Kobeni. You know, they retreat. Katana Man and Snake Girl, they run. Like they don't want the smoke. And Kobeni, you see that she's like, whoa, they killed everybody, and she's like, this job is gonna make me crazy. And eventually she even says that, I'm sorry for trying to kill you, to Denji. And yeah, we leave the episode like that. But yeah, what an amazing episode. I love this episode. This episode was awesome. Kobeni is the GOAT. Kobeni greatness in this episode. And I'm just very happy to have seen Kobeni kick some ass in this week's episode, because I have seen the discourse online and a lot of slandering on my girl Kobeni. So I know after this week's episode, y'all ain't gonna be slandering. Y'all are gonna jump on that Kobeni train. You already know y'all are gonna jump on that Kobeni hype train, because she proved that she one of the GOATs, bro. Kobeni, she ain't no joke, bro. But with that being said, what did you guys think about this week's episode? Did you guys love it? Did you guys hate it? Did you guys think it was all right? I personally loved it. I thought this week's episode was amazing, and I can't stress this enough. This adaptation has been stellar, and I can't wait for next week's episode. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching and sticking all the way to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more anime and manga content in the near future. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.